So the video you're about to watch is a video that Kaylee and I made about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And it's been on my phone this entire time because we had audio issues. I forgot to put airplane mode on, which I promise I will never ever do again. And we recorded this hour-long video. We had such a good time, and I was really happy to post it. And when I went and checked the audio, realizing I hadn't put airplane mode on, I was really mad about it. But I couldn't bring myself to delete it. And then my plan was going to be, all right, well, fuck it. I've done this before where I kind of splice out the audio mess ups and then I record myself talking, like explaining what I said in those missing audio segments, or not missing, but distorted audio segments. But I really liked the areas where the sound would fuck up. There were some things in there I found pretty funny and charming, and I was annoyed. So ultimately I decided, since it is Slasher Sunday and I don't have a video to record, I'm gonna resurrect this video. So this is kind of like a lost video. What I did with the audio this time around is I spliced the areas where the audio is distorted and I lowered the audio very low. So you're gonna hear segments where the audio gets super low, and then you're gonna hear the distortion, but it won't be overwhelming distortion. It'll kind of be at the same level as all the rest of the audio. The audio will still be, you'll still be able to hear what I'm saying, what she's saying during those lower bits, but the audio has been lowered because of that. That's really the only thing I could think of. And if you're gonna complain about the audio in this segment, don't watch it. You don't have to. It's just us bullshitting about 12 horror movies, 12 slasher movies that we watched during that week, and we wanted to discuss them. I thought it was a fun thing to do, and we recorded it. The audio is fucked up here and there. It's honestly, it's like an hour video, and probably 2 minutes of the audio altogether is distorted and fucked up. So there's a lot of it that is not. So it's not going to be super overwhelming majority of it or anything. It's a very small amount comparative to the whole of it. But I just wanted to let you guys know what it is. And if you're not interested in that, or if you don't want to hear what we have to say together, whatever it is, you don't have to watch this one. But this is a lost episode, and yeah, I had a good time recording it, and I wanted to kind of resurrect it, and this is the best way I knew how. So if you watch it, I appreciate it. If not, I understand. Audio issues are the bane of my fucking existence on this channel. But, I've learned a lot, and I'm a little bit more focused these days, and I decided to record in front of my VHS for this one, just because I didn't feel like moving everything and setting up the other stuff. But anyway, guys, let me know. As you can tell from this video, it's a little while ago, but I enjoyed it, so enjoy.
Welcome to Slasher Sunday!
That's the first person that's ever said that, besides myself. I like it. Change it up. All right, so over the last couple weeks now, Kaylee and I have started something that gives us... I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying?
We do theme weeks.
We do theme weeks.
Every
there you
week.
go.
So we draw a theme out of the bucket.
Little Friday the 13th cup, and we got all sorts of little options in here. And my children actually draw them every week, and because I've been wanting to show her every movie ever made, but of course that makes me go, whoa, fuck, I don't know what to do here. How do I rein this in? How do I keep myself focused? And we decided on theme weeks, and that's been working out pretty well. Last week it was Asian week. We mostly decided on Asian horror. I think we only watched Asian horror.
Aside from The Conjuring, we saw that during Asian.
Oh no, yeah. But of the Asian movies we watched, I think we only watched horror.
Yes.
And that was a pretty successful week. We only watched like 7.
Yeah.
7 movies for some reason. Some of them were longer. But then the next week, this week, my kids picked 80s slashers, and so I picked an enormous amount. And we watched all of them and some. So we watched 12 this week. We technically still have like tonight, but we're taking that time to do this video for you guys. So you're fucking welcome. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick a movie at random to talk about, and we're going to just go from there.
Okay.
So our first... Wait, not that. I don't want those to be it until the last, because that's a whole trilogy. We watched the whole trilogy, so let's get those out of here for the moment. We'll talk about those last. All right, so our first one is gonna be, what is it gonna be? Blood Rage. It's not cranberry sauce. It's not. I repeat,
it's not
cranberry sauce. So, what did you think of Blood Rage?
This movie was ridiculous.
I think you're going to be saying that a whole lot.
Well, yes. Aside from like 2.
I should ask before we get started here what your opinion and kind of background with 80s slashers.
Oh, well, I hadn't seen very many. I guess Friday the 13th would have been the main one, and then if Nightmare on Elm Street counts as a slasher,
Definitely.
right? So those are the only ones that I had seen before these. And Halloween, yeah. 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 So
like no others? Or just some maybe a couple random ones?
I mean, it's possible there was a couple random ones, but
not many.
Not many at all.
So this is you're an 80s slasher virgin.
Yes.
For the most part. Outside of the big 3.
Took my 80s slasher virginity.
Ain't the first time. Actually, that would be the first time of that specifically. Anyways, so
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So you have very limited exposure to 80s slashers. So as a whole, what would you say now about the 80s slasher subgenre and everything that I picked?
Well, I loved all of them.
All
of them,
for one.
Except for one, but that's on a technicality.
We'll get there.
What is it? Tits, gore, and
characters. That's right. She knows
definitely
the trifecta of great 80s slashers.
It's definitely the formula.
And I picked what I felt was important for her to get a good flavor. I wanted to, give her a wide variety of unique killers, unique situations, memorable moments, memorable gore sequences, memorable endings, stuff like that. And I didn't want to just pick the obvious, go-tos. I did pick some of those, but I wanted to keep it a little bit more obscure in places, but that was just to give variety. And I feel like we had a pretty successful week in that regard. So, Blood Rage.
Ridiculous.
With Terry and Todd.
I'm Todd.
I'm Todd.
I mean, it's like, so a lot of the plots for these movies are kind of
similar.
They're very similar.
Yeah, a lot of mommy issues.
Always mommy issues. Mm-hmm. Almost always.
Yeah.
And then a crazy man.
Yeah.
A serial killer. Except for... No, I guess that still counts as a man. Anyway, but with this one, I don't know. I had a lot of fun watching it. Like, the more bad the acting is, the worse the acting is, the better.
Yeah.
For some of these. So, and I don't know, we talked about how the actor that played Terry/Todd did a good job.
Yes.
With the two different characters, and I think, yeah, he was great. The mom was insane.
I think the only time that, like, the Terry character's acting is horrible is like when he's trying really hard to be sinister and scary, and that's where he's so over the top. It's not working at all. And I wouldn't say his performance in it is great by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's better than people would give it credit for. But I think where his performance shines in how different Terry and Todd are, and how different they look. Mm-hmm. It's the same actor, and it really does look, even though they obviously look alike, they look so different. Mm-hmm. The way he does his hair, the way he holds himself, all that stuff is just drastically different. The way he talks. So now, getting away from Terry and Todd and getting on to the best character in the movie.
The mom?
The most gorgeous woman of any of the films we watched. Terry and Todd's very attractive mother. Her teeth were killing. That cleavage. Mwah.
I don't know about mwah, but maybe.
Okay, I argued to her that I think the mom's performance in this is, like, legit great.
Yeah.
She is fucking psychotic.
She is. She's
more psychotic than Terry is.
I don't know about that.
To me, yeah.
I don't know if she's more psychotic than Terry.
Now he's more dangerous.
Yes.
Right? She created Terry.
Yes.
So maybe she's more dangerous. and Todd as well. Todd's out there.
I don't think her acting is fantastic at all. I mean, the character comes across as, like, crazy and insane because of how bad her acting is, but I don't think that was her intention.
I do.
Well, we said we were going to watch an interview.
We need
to see an
interview with her. If she acts just like she does in the movie, I'll just be like, you're right. She's awful.
Okay, $10 says.
$10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. I want to fucking see, but I'm pretty sure. So this is one of the only two, is to my knowledge, this is one of the two Thanksgiving slashers out there. Thanksgiving really wasn't a holiday that was covered on in slashers. But there is the trailer to Eli Roth's Thanksgiving for his fake horror movie. That was on the Grindhouse Experience from Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. Did you see any of that? Did you see Death Proof, Planet Terror, Grindhouse? So you've never seen the trailer to Thanksgiving or anything? No. Well, I'll have to fix that. But Blood Rage gets a thumbs up, but I think most of these are going to get a big thumbs up. So a lot of thumbs up coming, but
the dinner scene, the Thanksgiving dinner scene, is amazing in this.
So it's a cranberry can in his hand, and there's blood all over here, and it says it's not cranberry sauce, but it's clearly cranberry sauce. Like, that's clearly a cranberry can, and it's like leaking all out over the thing. So that's clear. That is cranberry sauce. You're lying on the poster.
False marketing.
Yes, and this was one of the films. One of the three, I want to say, that even though it's called Blood Rage, when we pressed play on the movie, it had an alternate title, this one being Slasher. So, one of three films we watched straight up had a totally different title. And then, of course, this movie's cut version was called Nightmare at Shadow Woods. So, this movie had all sorts of titles. Okay, next up, what was your favorite kill? What was your favorite gory moment?
From Blood Rage?
Yes.
Gosh, see, we watched so many. Like, now I have to think. I'm trying to remember. This is what I told you would happen.
You've got like the decapitation where the guy's like head is hanging in the doorway, and you've got the girl cut in half, which is fucking wild looking. And then Todd comes and tries to put her back together, which is really fucking funny. And then you've got the marijuana.
I was gonna say I like him, and he gets stuffed in the closet outside. I think that's probably my favorite, just because it was silly.
Yeah. There's a lot of great kills in Blood Rage. Blood Rage is real solid on the gore for sure. Next up, Don't Go in the House, a favorite of mine. Obviously, a lot of these are, but I just feel like this is definitely one of the more overlooked slashers of the 80s. Now, a lot of people will look on IMDb and it'll say 1979, but that was like a film festival release. It didn't get released in theaters until 1980. So do your homework. This is an 80s slasher for sure. Anyway, so Don't Go in the House. What did you think of Donnie?
Donnie Don't Dance.
Donnie Don't Dance. He doesn't dance, man.
This was one that scared me.
Burn bitches. Scared you.
This one was one of the two that was, I think, legitimately scary.
Yes.
Out of all the ones we watched.
It is scary.
Yeah, there was a lot of scenes. Not a lot, but there's a few main scenes that are really disturbing. And, I was freaked out when we were watching it. But I really liked this one.
Did the bodies look freshly crisp?
They were so crispy.
On Blu-ray?
So crispy.
If you can get a copy of the Blu-ray from Scorpion releases, absolutely do yourself a favor. This looks fucking fantastic. I mean, the copies that I've watched in the past, dreadful. I did review this film on the channel, but at that time, I did not have a Blu-ray. And in that video, I was like, if they ever release a Blu-ray, I'll pay anything for it. And in that comment section of that video, someone was like, they do have a Blu-ray, go look for it. I found it, I bought it, and this is the first time I had watched it, and it was glorious. I'd scanned it before, like when I bought it, I put it in, and I watched a couple little scenes for like 5 seconds here, and was like, wow, this looks great. But watching it fully all the way through, and this is the uncut version for the first time ever, it's seriously fantastic looking. What did you think of his tool of death in this, and the way that he dispatched the ladies, and the way he stored their bodies,
and his outfit too, and everything.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 5 stars on Yelp.
5 stars on Yelp. Would recommend.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody.
It was great. It was really great. It's another one where there's mommy issues, major mommy issues.
Big time. Holding those arms over the flames.
Oh gosh.
Brutal.
Super brutal. I don't know, it was scary. Are we doing spoilers, or are we doing? Does it matter? Have we given spoilers?
Fuck it, spoilers is fine. Spoilers, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So his metal room that he makes.
Yeah.
I still don't understand, like, in the timeline when he makes it.
Doesn't matter. But as we agreed,
yeah,
it's scary either way, right?
It is scary.
It's scary if he had it before his mom died, and it's scary if he didn't. And you're also under the possible assumption that he killed his mother.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think
I told
so.
you. I think it's possible.
I think he came home and she was dead, and this is what sets him off.
The reason I thought that is because he was acting strange at work already.
He hadn't, but he's a strange guy, and I think he kills, like, he goes on a killing spree after his mom dies, right?
I mean, that makes sense. That's fine, but it also, I feel like you could see it as he killed his mom, went to work, and then came home and forgot, had blocked out that he had killed his mother, and then has a breakdown.
It's possible,
but. I
don't think that's the way the film presents it.
Yeah.
So I prefer to take it at face value. It's an interesting theory. I just find that what's shown to us is that he comes home, he thinks she's alive. He comes over and he's like,
it was awful. That was so scary.
It's like a silent scream.
So scary.
And then he goes and, like, dances on the furniture.
He doesn't really. He don't dance. He don't dance though.
He does slightly dance.
Yeah.
He's like
turns the music up.
He wants to fucking be a rebel because his mom has never let him do shit in his life. I'm gonna have to show her the Psycho movies. That's a big deal. I love that series. All 4 of them are worth your time, 100%. Especially the first 3. They're excellent. But Don't Go in the House, a completely forgotten, overlooked, fantastic slasher of the 80s. that just does not get enough attention, in my opinion. So, yeah, check it out. It really is great. Next up, we're shuffling them. We've got Pieces.
This is the first one we
it's
watched.
exactly what you think it is, and you don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre. That's right. So this was kind of like, this was like your first exposure to like lower budgeted, cheesy 80s slasher goodness. Mm-hmm. And how'd that work out for you?
Well, very well.
Very well.
I mean, we were laughing during this. It's like the syncing of the audio is weird. So like their mouths don't move at the same time as the actual audio is happening, which is a little distracting for me.
Yeah. But the film was filmed in English.
Yeah.
And then it was dubbed over with, I think, maybe other actors or some other actors and some others. But the original audio is dubbed in Spanish. Mm-hmm. So that's the intended audio because the director is a Spanish director. It's a really weird thing to film a film in English, but its intended audio track is the Spanish dubbed version. Mm. That's not normal. That's not how films work. Obviously, the fucking language they film in is the language they intend to speak in the film, even if they dub over it. Because there's a lot of like Italian films where they hire actors that can speak English, sort of, and so they'll film it, but then they'll hire American actors to dub over their voice, but it kind of matches their voice because they're talking in English in the film. Mm-hmm. For the intended original audio to be Spanish when you're making them talk English is fucking bizarre.
It's really
a very bizarre choice. But god damn it, these guys are not bastards for doing it. What is the greatest thing in life? Do you know?
No. Greatest thing in life?
Yeah. You don't know what the greatest thing in life is?
Oh yeah. It's having sex on a waterbed while smoking a joint.
Smoking marijuana.
Smoking marijuana.
That's right. That's right. That is according to this. According to this.
I haven't experienced the greatest thing in life yet.
No?
Then.
You haven't smoked a joint
on
while
a
fucking
waterbed?
on a waterbed? Well, we can talk about that later. That's not what this video is for. But, okay, so did you like that there is a random kung fu scene in here?
Yes, chop suey.
Chop suey.
It was great. It made no sense. We talked about the professor of kung fu.
Yep, it's his kung fu professor.
Yeah.
And he gets beat up by
a girl.
Not only a girl, but an undercover tennis pro.
Yeah.
They hired a famous tennis pro to become an undercover detective to, I don't fucking know. But she beats up a kung fu instructor or professor.
Yes.
Because at colleges, I don't know if you know this, but an elective you can take, is that what it's called? An elective?
An elective? Sure.
Yeah. For like your...
for credits?
Credits? Mm-hmm. I didn't go to college. Can't you tell?
Kung fu.
Yeah, you can take kung fu. Mm-hmm. Kung fu. Mm. He says kung fu. Mm-hmm. Not martial arts. Mm-mm. Not like any specific martial art.
Nope. It's kung fu.
Kung fu. My kung fu professor. I should Google that when we're done and see if there's any kung fu.
I majored in English and minored in kung fu.
What about the kills in this?
The kills in this were silly as well. The pool scene.
Oh my god.
When the girl is swimming and he like catches her with the net. Yeah. Mm. And she doesn't fight and it's like over her head so she can swim down.
Yeah, she was barely
Makes a lot
straining.
of sense. She was barely straining.
Yes.
It's great. It's, he's building a woman, right? He's just getting all these pieces. It's exactly what you think.
Yeah.
It is.
What do you think of that ending? When it just decides to go supernatural Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
No.
So
no.
It was exciting in a way. It's not how I would have written it, but...
Yeah. Do you think that the police should let, like, a college student, like, actively participate in searching for a killer and actually take point
Yeah.
when they run into buildings.
I mean, why not?
This kid takes point with fucking police officers. He's like, all right, you go over there and you do this. And I'm like, he's a fucking college student.
They listen, though.
Who has, like, no real connection to this.
No.
I mean, he knew some girls that died.
Yeah.
So I guess he's, like, on active duty now. Because they're hiring tennis pros.
Yeah.
So why not a college kid? And then they arrest Bluto from Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
Who beat the shit out of everybody. The guy, yeah.
He was crazy.
It's so great.
It was really fun.
I really like the girl's like half torso body in the bathroom. I think that looks super fucking gnarly. But it's an insane film and an absolute must. If you consider yourself a slasher fan and you haven't seen Pieces, then you're lying to everybody because you're not a slasher fan. Okay, maybe you are, but you should see this. Moving on. What do we got next? We've got Maniac, the last movie we watched about 20 minutes ago.
Yes.
So this would be the other film.
That scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you thought Joe Spinell was good in this role as Frank?
He was a maniac. Yes.
He was a fucking maniac.
He was a maniac.
So Frank Zito is scary.
He was super scary. And this is, I mean, it's similar to Don't Go in the House. You know,
yes.
Where, like, major mommy issues. And, yeah, I don't know. This one, it was like you said, it was more realistic. So it felt like you were watching people die.
Yeah.
And for all the girls, you're just like, you feel so bad for them.
It's a bummer of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun.
No.
I don't have fun watching
it makes me,
movie.
it's the kind of movie that makes me paranoid. Like, it makes me afraid to go out by myself.
He warned you.
I know.
Not to go out tonight.
I won't go out tonight. But what about tomorrow night?
He warned you to never go out again without me.
Okay.
I will kick Frank Zito's fucking ass.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
You notice that he never attacks a girl with a guy there.
No.
Right? So, he's scared. Oh, that's not true. Well, he blows some dude's head off. Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Which is just gnarly.
Yeah.
But he has to take a shotgun to that guy. That's what he does, though, right?
Yes.
It's like he sees a guy and he's like, all right, I gotta shoot this guy in the fucking head because I ain't taking him physically.
That kill was probably my favorite, though. Like when he just jumps on the hood and his whole head explodes.
Yeah.
The entire head. It was great.
And it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
And they show it for so long. They linger on it forever. And so he takes scalps and he puts them on mannequins.
Yeah.
And we get that scene where his mannequins come to life and tear him apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like Don't Go in the House when the dead bodies come alive.
Yes.
Yeah. His death is great too.
You know what's funny?
They're ripping his head off.
These came out the same year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, this is 1980. And so is Don't Go in the House. But Don't Go in the House would technically have come out first. So William Lustig ran out as fast as he could.
It was like...
No, Joe Spinell actually wrote this with one other guy. But yeah, Spinell just like saw Don't Go in the House and he's like, fuck, oh God.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. So the performances
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fantastic acting.
Nothing cheesy about this.
No, not at all. We didn't laugh at all.
No.
At all.
No.
His room is so scary with all the mannequins and like the baby dolls, and the way he talks to himself is so strange because he's like switching between his mom and like little boy him and adult him, I guess, too. And
his performance in this
is
fantastic.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. And it's an iconic film for a reason. And this is the 4K restoration. Now there is a remake, which is fucking awesome in my opinion. And we will be watching it soon enough. So anybody who's going to comment, she should watch the remake as well. She will. Don't worry. It's coming, I promise. All right, next up. I know which one you want to talk about. So she keeps getting excited that she's going to talk about something. But that ain't going to happen yet. Okay. Next up, is the Mutilator.
Ah, yeah.
Good old Fall Break. So here's another one that had a different title. Fall Break. We're going on a Fall Break. So, Fall Break was the second film we watched. Right after Pieces. And she's like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? Now, what... as far as characters go...
Yeah.
We've got the dickhead in this... who's constantly annoying as fuck, but super entertaining regardless. Blanking on his name at the moment.
Oh, I definitely don't remember his name.
What is his name? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He's super annoying. But the kills in this movie, one in particular. You know which one? Come on, this one should haunt your fucking nightmares forever. This one's gnarly, especially for a woman.
Oh yeah, this is the one where he like
puts the gaff
puts it in, yeah,
up her vagine.
Yes,
it's fucking gnarly.
It's really gross.
And like comes out her stomach, and he's like yanking on it, and she's like being pulled from this.
Yeah, that was it was really disgusting, but in a good way.
Yeah. Do you remember this movie much?
Yes, I do. So they go to the beach house.
Yeah. Well, the opening. Okay, the opening is iconic.
The opening is ridiculous because there's no talking after the
son
not
is, one
like,
word.
Cleaning his father's guns.
Yeah.
For his birthday. Mm-hmm. And he somehow shoots the mom like through a door.
So the dad leaves the gun cases unlocked.
Yeah.
And the gun's loaded.
Yes, full
and
loaded.
Somehow he blames the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this is called denial. You killed your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he comes in and finds the wife dead, and like there's no talking whatsoever.
None. Yeah, not one word. Really interesting choice there.
Yeah. Anyway, and then he fast forward 17 years, as usual in all these movies.
Yes.
And he gets a call from his dad. Saying that he needs him to go, like, turn the water on or something.
Turn the water off.
Turn the water off.
Well, yeah, he wants to prep the beach house for the winter.
House. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they all decide to go, him and his buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so you've got the... you've got the best lit dark game ever. I forget what the game they call... what it's called. It's called,
like Dead...
No, Dead Man's Bluff.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like pitch black. Mm-hmm. Like there's a character like sitting like right here, and the guy's like, because it's supposed to be that dark, like can't see that there's a person right here, and it's like not until he feels for the person that he's like, oh, I found you. It is legitimately, I'm not exaggerating, lit almost as good as this. Mm-hmm. You're like, what? What is this? Am I supposed to not see them right now? Is this yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
But
and then there's also the picture on the wall.
I was going to mention. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah. Go ahead.
His dad, I guess, it was an accident, right?
Yeah,
an accident where he
maimed the guy. Yeah.
And there's just a photo of it.
He frames it, puts it on his wall.
Yeah.
Immediately you leave the house.
Yeah.
If the dude's fucking hanging up photos of his maiming of friends accidentally, like a trophy,
you just go.
You're done for.
Yeah.
I also find it funny that they have that like pyramid little anchor, and he like threw it into the wall and he frames it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, he was so excited he got to stick it in the wall that he had to frame it. And then the other guy who's never done it in his life before, like, throws another one, and it sticks right into the wall. Like nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought this was supposed to be hard to do.
Well, I feel like all of that is to show that the dad's just unstable. I mean, there's, like, they walk in and there's bottles of alcohol, like, covering the place. And so I think he's just insane. But, yeah, it's obviously not that hard to do at all.
He's at fault.
Yes.
Let's just say that. The Mutilator. What'd you think? It's a fun one.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not amazing.
No.
But it's definitely and must watch if you're an 80s slasher fan. For suresies. Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yes!
Her favorite of the bunch.
It's so good.
Yes,
Oh
this
my
is the
God.
movie we have quoted and talked about 10 times over the most
Non-stop.
since I showed it. This was on night 2, and I was like the last one of the night, and I was like, you know what? I want to know what she's going to think of Slumber Party Massacre 2, because it's a personal favorite of mine, and it's a very hit or miss film for most people. I'm sure she thinks that's insane. How could anybody dislike it?
Yes.
But it is a hated film by a good amount of people, and it's a loved film by other people, the smart people. But I love the shit out of it. Anyone who knows me knows I love it. I have a fucking subscriber who sent me a jacket that looks just like the one in the movie. I've gotten all sorts of shit from it. Like, I love the film. It's one of my personal favorite films of all time. And I was very, very nervous in a way, but I was also like, nah, she'll probably like it. I didn't know if she was gonna love it like this, though.
I love it. It's my favorite of all the ones that we watched.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Even
so...
over Asian Week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's her
Yes.
favorite movie this
Yeah,
summer
so far.
in the theme
It's just
weeks.
so good. It's so much fun. It's so silly. It's a rockabilly killer. Like, how do you not like him? He's so charismatic and goofy, and he's amazing, an amazing dancer.
Yeah.
So...
And we've taken it upon ourselves to immortalize TJ by quoting pretty much every line he says in the film.
Like every day.
Like every minute of every day. Every chance we get, everything is getting too stupid.
What is this shit?
What is this shit? No, go away. You're supposed to be dead. It's so fucking funny.
It's the
I'm so glad that
best.
she got all the lines that I love in this film. Best scene in the film is him.
Dancing.
Yes.
For, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's buzz.
Let's buzz.
Yeah.
Let's buzz
For
is
sure.
like, it makes the film. It's like by that point you're having a good time, but that just like solidifies it as
It's
like
time
a
for the
straight
fun
up
part.
classic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. He even says it to the fucking
the fun part.
audience. It's like, now is the time for the fun part. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
Even though I've had a lot of fun before that, we got fucking girls' faces turning into giant zits. We got chickens flying out of out of fridges at people. We've got
Oh my
hand
gosh.
sandwiches or kangaroo meat. We've got TJ's one-liners right and left.
We have the champagne bottle.
We have the champagne
thrown
bottle.
by a mystery
but that's
person.
not till that time.
Yes.
Yes,
You're right.
I want to
Sorry.
know who throws him the champagne bottle during his dance sequence. That's something that will haunt my dreams forever. And what do you think about his weapon?
It's
His weapon of choice.
amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Guitar drill?
It was sold on
like,
eBay.
Yeah. For
Right?
Did you find out for how much?
No, I haven't found out how much, but fuck, guys, seriously, everyone pool their money together and get me this guitar.
Yeah, because he has to learn the dance for our wedding.
I'm the
So-
only one. Like, who's gonna be more happy to have that guitar than us?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No one. We're the rightful owners
Yeah.
of that guitar.
Prized
drill.
possession.
Uh-huh.
The only person that should have that guitar besides us is the driller killer himself. Atanis.
Atanis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If he had it, I'd be cool.
But
I'd
anybody
be like,
else?
all right, cool, you can have it.
Anybody else? No.
Nobody else.
What is this
Just
shit?
him. Yeah. If TJ had it, I wouldn't be too mad about that either.
Yes.
But that's about it.
I love it so much. I was like looking for t-shirts because yours is in storage and like, I just want to cover my body and everything. Slumber Party Massacre.
Yeah, your first tattoo is gonna be this guitar.
Oh my god! Actually, that's a good idea. I'm not even kidding. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and
much fun.
I genuinely enjoy all the songs. Mm-hmm. Like, I really enjoy the songs that their band plays, which we found out is an actual band, and we watched their video and everything after.
Mm-hmm.
We became real obsessive with this one after. We watched like special features, and that's the only movie we did that on.
Yes.
It was, yeah, it's definitely become kind of a, I don't know, an inside thing with us for sure. So, and this is honestly, of all the films I showed her in this week, this is the one I wanted her to like the most. So for her to be this high on, and she didn't know that. She had no idea which one I was excited about or whatever. I just showed it to her and I shut the fuck up. And at the end, she was just like giddy. She was like dancing around the room and wanted me to do the dance. And I might have obliged in ways, but I'm not going to do it here. All right, next up. Sorry, we have to move on.
Right,
I know it's a shame, but
the best
Slumber Party
one.
Massacre 2, triple thumbs up,
My
quadruple.
toes even.
It's the best.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to Bloodhook, your favorite. Okay, this is her
God.
least favorite.
It's only the technicality with this one is that we watched the director's cut, which is 2 hours long.
Yeah, why that? So I got the limited edition. There's only 1,000 of these made, with the slipcover here, and I did not know that this was the director's cut only. Now I've only ever seen the theatrical version before, and that I have a lot of fun with. But there's like 20 plus extra minutes in here of completely unnecessary shit that slows this film down to actually be boring. Which is crazy to me because this movie was never boring to me. It's stupid. It's not a good movie at all. But
we were bored.
Yeah. I was just like, what is this shit?
What is this shit?
Yeah, TJ knows what's up. He's going to be quoting everything from now on. But the reason I wanted to show her this is because of the uniqueness of the story, the killer's choice of weapon, and the reason why he's killing. Mm-hmm. The devil's tripod. the devil's trifecta.
Trifecta.
Yeah. Triforce.
The devil's triforce.
Yeah. Tritone. Okay. Diablos and Musica. Great Slayer album. But yeah, he's killing because of that, and he's killing with a ridiculous buoy, or not buoy, lure.
Lure.
The hook itself is dumb. They should have used a big blood hook for him to cast out and
on
then
the
grab
cover,
it.
like that.
But like I told her, what they should have done in the movie is he should have thrown food out for them to grab onto, and then he sticks some or other things to lure them into grabbing the hook, and then he hooks them. That would have made way more sense than some stupid little lure that lands on their body, or he throws it on a chair and then people just lay down on it and then he pulls it back.
It makes no sense.
None at all.
Why that would even work? Yeah.
But there is an hilarious lunatic character in this who's some Vietnam vet wannabe, fucking screaming.
Fucking A right, the phone's out.
Fucking A right, the phone's out.
He's insane.
He's out of his goddamn mind. They pull up to their house, and he's outside cleaning a fucking M16,
with
and then
hands everywhere.
Yeah, and he's just losing his mind, and they tell him all right, time to split, and he's like, I'll fucking burn this place to the ground.
So extreme.
And then everybody just comes in and out of their house as they please.
All the time, the whole
just
town.
Random people are just showing up. Oh, you mean the 30,000 people that are in town, and we literally see 3 people?
Oh my god, yeah. All the shots of the lake, there's
nobody on the lake. They don't even take... This is the only movie in the history of films that doesn't utilize B-roll. That just doesn't go and take fucking random footage of a bunch of people on the lake to show musky madness. No. They just go, fuck it. There's only 2 people in town, even though we're saying there's 30,000. 30,000 where? No. Where are they? And I like when that guy's how it calls out for distress. And the other guy's shut the fuck up!
So angry. Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes for sure. And there's I think this was a lot of fun. All the characters, the family with the mom that's into loons. Who is insane. And
the loon.
Yeah, the loon. The killer, of course, and then the old guy that they make you they do the fake out red herring thinking that he is. All of them are really...
He's like a Scooby-Doo villain.
He is.
That's what he does. It reminds me of. Yeah. I was just thinking of that. Yeah.
They're all fun, and the kills are stupid, but it's just so long.
It's so long, yeah. It's over long.
And yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's a shame, but the end.
So stupid.
With the lightsaber fishing fight.
Yeah, they have a fishing fight, and he just he lets him go, and then just goes home to another girl. So like the main character like has a girlfriend and she's like
Yeah.
kidnapped, and he goes there and he's like had other people like waiting to help him take down the killer, and then the guy just like rows right past him and he's like, son of a bitch. And then he just like it just cuts to him going home and laying in bed with another woman, and then he's like, no, I can't let him go. And then he goes back to the other guy and he's like, you need to train me for this fight. And then it's just them throwing like hooks at each other. And he catches him in the neck. And then the other girl's like in a refrigerator for like a day and a half. Somehow still has oxygen.
I'm an adult, I can handle this, it won't kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
Psychology
major, so she can hold her breath for a long time, I guess. Is that how that works? I mean, if she's a kung fu professor. Fuck if I know what's happening in this goddamn movie. I could talk about it for another hour. There's so much insanity. But we won't. Let's
Not
move
this
on.
time.
It's a dumbass film.
Yeah. Watch the
But I have
theatrical cut.
Yeah, I have a soft
not
spot for it.
The director's cut.
We've got a few left here. I dropped one, so it's this one. Nightmare Beach, a.k.a. Welcome to Spring Break, with good old John Saxton himself.
Go Gators!
Go Gators! This random fucking asshole is just like running in random scenes and yelling "Go Gators" and getting himself arrested. And he's so out of control that the cop that's supposed to be arresting him is laughing and is trying to cover it up because the guy is so funny. Every time he yells "Go Gators," I was like yelling "Go Gators" all day today.
We drove by a wedding. You're like, go Gators!
Even as I'm fucking watching my Phoenix Suns right now and losing my mind, super stoked. 3-0, everybody. 3-0. I know you don't care. I do. But even during that game, I was yelling, "Go Gators." Because this is so fucking stupid. It's so funny to me. Go Gators. Anyway, moving on from Go Gators, guy that has no involvement on the plot at all. So in the opening of this, we get the execution of El Diablo, the gang leader, the biker gang leader. And then we got some kids, some horny guys going out. One of them's a star quarterback.
Horny. The other one's like emotionless and dead inside.
Yes,
Because
because he lost a game.
Yeah.
He lost a big game.
Yeah.
And some girl is surrounded by assholes all the time. So she gets really turned on by a guy who doesn't drink and won't let girls hit on him.
Yeah, it's very attractive.
What did you think of the killer's weapon in this?
An electric motorcycle.
An electric motorcycle.
Very unique.
Very unique, yeah.
Much better than the blood hook.
Much better, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a neat idea. Although practically, I feel like it doesn't work because like you have to make them touch those like metal bars to electrocute them.
Yeah. Are
Like
you questioning the validity?
Yes,
of
I think
Nightmare
that the
Beach?
seat should have been like an electric chair so that he could press a button and electrocute them instead of like making them grab onto something.
I think that once they grabbed onto it, it should have shocked them. Like once you touch it, you're just shocked, right? So you go to get on the bike and you grab it, right? Mm-hmm. Or like when they get on the back of the bike, they're holding onto the things and he presses it while they're on the back.
Yeah.
Although that seems dangerous. Somebody flailing around back there and all that. But they like to catch fire. Like it's really hardcore electrocution in this.
Yeah.
They don't just go and they fall to the ground. These bitches catches on fire.
Fire.
Their fucking faces erupt in flames. They melt down.
Yeah.
This one girl, he like puts opens up a
incinerator or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he just melts her face to the bone. It's gnarly. What'd you think of the
really good.
reveal?
I wasn't expecting. I was like really honestly with this one. I wasn't trying to figure out who the killer was because
You
I
just thought
kind
it
of
was supernatural.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be supernatural.
That's what the cool
So,
twist is.
but
Right?
it was a cool twist.
Yeah, makes sense.
Asshole pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. I liked the look of him too. The motorcycle helmet was.
For some reason, this turns her on.
No, it doesn't turn me on.
What did you say?
I said that they're hot.
They're hot. That's turning you on.
No.
Something's hot. It doesn't turn you on.
No.
That's not how that works.
It's like aesthetically hot.
It looks hot.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it would be hot inside.
Yeah, in Florida for spring break.
Yeah, for sure. But you're saying that it's sexy. Sexy turns you on.
Well,
No? That's not how it works for you?
just because of who the killer is in this, it's not.
Oh, so you're
like,
not agreeing to that, but typically hot is turning you on.
Like, if you were wearing a motorcycle helmet, I would be turned on.
So yeah, the motorcycle helmet turns you on.
Okay.
Depending on who it's on.
Yes, depending on who it's on, aka you. But no, I mean, I think it looks cool though. In general, it's like the masked killer type thing, right? Like it's just neat to have them, you know, not know who they are.
But you did like this one.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
The acting was
subpar.
It's very subpar. The main guy is
dead inside.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the scene, the lady the girl that's like bringing old men into her room to get them to get money from them.
Told you, man, it's a win-win.
I mean, I guess it is, but that was that whole like sequence was really. It felt out of place too because I don't understand why the killer comes in to kill her.
Because she's a prostitute.
But how does he find her? Is there a scene where he
sees her out on the street?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. He's punishing the wicked. Mm. Yeah. That's all he's doing in the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it works perfectly. But yeah, I mean, she can do whatever she wants. But that one dude, the big fat dude who could barely walk into the room, although he only says he got a massage,
he gave
I'm not buying it.
$100.
I'm not buying it, but
that was it.
She could have massaged that guy for $100 in reality, but I think she just massaged his penis, which is just disgusting.
She had the
grossest thing we've seen.
Yeah.
Since the bug eating scene in Tokyo Gore Police.
Yep.
She's so grossed out by that.
It was nasty.
All right, moving on to the burning.
Okay. The burning.
The burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wasn't this one that had another title? Or no? This was still the burning?
The other title came...
Don't Go in the House was also the burning. That was
yes,
right?
Don't Go in the House was called the burning.
Yeah.
That was the third.
Yeah.
There's Fall Break.
Don't
and
Go
then
in the House.
Don't Go in the House. And then Blood Rage. Those are the three films. You're right. I forgot to mention that on Don't Go in the House. The title on the Blu-ray, when you press play, is The Burning. And it predates this, so it gets this. So this was written by Harvey Weinstein. Can you tell?
Yep.
What about Glazer?
Oh,
come on, Sally, pretty girl. You want to go swimming with me?
Oh, my God. He's the worst.
Glazer's the fucking greatest. Yeah. He's my fucking favorite part of the whole film. He's the best. He's horrible, and I love him.
Yeah, he is horrible, for sure.
I don't know what happened, Sally. Next time, it's gonna be better.
Yeah, their whole relationship. We've talked about how confusing it is. It makes zero sense. She goes from being like grossed out by him and like not into him to like cuddly and like cutesy with him and just like it's all over the place.
In like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's
with
so
nothing to trigger it.
It's written by a guy who just doesn't seem to understand women.
Right.
Like that thinking you're gross and pathetic and then they're actually in love with you inside. That seems like Harvey Weinstein thing to do, right?
Yeah. Yes,
like,
it does.
oh, they're disgusted by me.
They must love me.
But they must love me.
Yeah.
It does feel right.
Yes.
In that way. So I guess Glazer is the Harvey Weinstein of the film. As is the other asshole out in the water with the girl who's like, the fuck out of my face. That clown. What'd you think of Cropsy?
Cropsy was cool. He had like all burned, right? He was all burned up because it's the burning.
Yes.
Obviously.
The burning.
Yes. Yeah. He looked really cool. I feel like he was one of the more sympathetic slashers that we watched because he was just like, that was all a prank, right? Is how this...
Yeah, but these kids didn't do it to him.
Well, right. They didn't do it to him, so they don't deserve to die. But like the way he died sucked.
Yeah. Wasn't this Todd as well? Isn't that his name?
I think maybe.
Might be. I can't remember.
The boat scene.
Yeah, the raft scene's amazing.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. This is Tom Savini once again. Mm-hmm. We had a Tom Savini movie there with Maniac. Mm-hmm. Some of the best gore. Mm-hmm. What do you think he did better in? The Burning or Maniac for his gore sequences?
I'm going to go with Maniac. But that's partly, I think, also because it was scarier in general to me.
This one's alright. This one's slightly scary.
It was. It was definitely one of the more serious ones.
Very serious. Yeah.
Despite, some of the weird acting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Sally and Glazer's relationship in the movie is definitely the highlight to me because they're such an odd couple. Mm-hmm. I can't stop saying it though. The pretty girl thing. Girl. It's so fucking funny to me every time. Every time I hear it, it's so
many.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. It's a great one. It's obviously a very highly regarded slasher. This is why I'm saying these are obvious picks, but very necessary. Cropsy's an iconic killer. This definitely should have received a sequel. They could have brought him back. They brought back Michael Myers after his burning ass body in part 2 for part 4. They can bring back Cropsy for this. Motherfucker was already he was already burnt.
He was already freshly crisped.
He was a Big Mac. Overdone. So, there we go. All right, and moving on to the last thing here. A trilogy of films.
Oh, yes.
And this is the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. I do not have the Blu-rays because they're outrageously expensive. Except for obviously the first one, the Scream Factory here, which is only like $10 on Amazon right now. But part 2 and 3 are outrageous in price. So why don't we talk about them baldies? No. Why don't we talk about everything. Mel and Meg's sexy relationship?
Okay, yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah, that's definitely the feeling. It makes no sense.
What about what you can find in the walk-in? You never know what you're going to find in the walk-in.
So this was another movie that did scare me. The ending did creep me out a lot.
Yeah, you were like really
for most of the
unsettled.
movie. Yeah, I wasn't scared for most of the movie, but yeah, the ending really got me. It's just disturbing. It's just really unsettling, and like her face and the sound and the body double, all of it is just ugh. But Ricky's the best.
Ricky is
for
the
sure.
Best. Fucking cocksucker.
He's so intense.
Yes.
All the time. And Angela, is so sweet in the beginning. Like I really had no idea it was going to be her until you said something. Like when we were like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and he was like, "This has such an iconic twist for who the killer is," and then
sometimes I need to just
put it all together.
Shut the fuck up.
But before that, she's just very sweet, and I feel like you're really rooting for her, and you want her to come out of her shell and not be bullied, and you feel bad for her. So I really liked the Sleepaway Camp trilogy.
Yeah. Obviously, the second and the third are
wildly
different.
So different.
Yeah.
But the first one is,
Can you see why it's iconic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense why it's iconic.
Can you also understand why Meg would be into Mel?
No. That is something I don't think I will ever understand at all.
What about, will you ever understand the choice to put that mustache on the cop?
Nope. That's another one that's just gonna have to be left unanswered.
Yeah.
An unanswered question.
People shave.
Yeah, they do.
People shave. Mm-hmm. And we don't need to think that's the same cop. So if people thought it was a different cop, it doesn't matter. You don't put that mustache in a movie.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. You're just like, the first time the cop was on the screen, he's like, look at that, look at this cop, look at his mustache, remember that.
Yeah, remember it.
And then, sure enough.
You're not buying the bee kill, though.
The bee kill was... Okay, the only reason I didn't buy the bee kill was because all the bees would be dead. And they weren't.
There's 1,000 bees, and 100 of them died.
How many bees are in a hive?
1 million.
No.
1 million.
Not a million.
Bees.
But also, is that... Okay, like, so if you're not allergic to bees, and you got stung by, like, 100 of them, would you die?
Yeah.
Like,
I think there's a number that your body can take.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you pass that threshold, you pretty much would die.
Yeah.
There is a number for people who aren't allergic. That's like,
okay.
I don't know if it's a specific number, but your body can only take so much of the venom. Now, if you're Macaulay Culkin, you can only take one. You have any idea what I'm talking about?
Is that from Home Alone?
No, that is not from Home Alone.
No idea.
My girl.
Nope.
Talking about my girl.
Still no.
My girl. What do you think the movie's called?
My Girl?
Good. You got it.
My brain.
How'd you get that?
I don't know.
I just sang a classic song and somehow you picked it out of there. Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah. The first movie, really good.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. The next two I like 2 better than 3.
Oh, okay.
But they're super different. They're super, super different. And I like, so what is Springsteen? What is the actress's?
Pamela Springsteen.
Pamela Springsteen. I mean, I told you, I thought she did a really great job acting in both of them.
Yeah. She's just the right amount of campy.
Yes. And Psycho.
Yeah.
She does Psycho very well. Yeah.
No, Psycho's a different movie.
Oh.
She didn't do Psycho.
It's not Psycho.
She did Sleepaway Camp 2.
Right.
And 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Angela is back! Milkshake.
Oh, Milkshake.
Good old Milkshake.
Where's the Milkshake, though?
Sweet pea.
That was another relationship that made 0 sense.
Yeah, Herman
in
and
Teenage Wasteland.
And whoever the fuck. Yeah.
Herman and the rich girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's another one in part 3 or 2 as well. There's like another relationship that's like, huh? But maybe I'm completely crazy on that one, and I think it's just 1 and 3. But yeah, it's definitely 1 and 3 have 2 relationships where you're like, no, that wouldn't happen. Meg would never go for Mel.
No.
And this chick would never go for fucking Herman.
Yeah. No.
I don't think his name is Herman in the movie. Is it Herman in the movie? Because that's his name in Scrooged.
Oh.
I think it might be. But he died recently. Michael Pollard, I think, is his name. Like in the last year or so. It's a shame. But yeah, he kills me. The whole, like, every time she looks over, he's like playing with his belt buckle and then going.
Yeah,
he's got all these really
expressions.
random expressions.
It's so silly. I wish he would have lasted longer.
Yeah.
He was dead very quickly in that, so it was a shame. But yeah.
Don't be like that, sweet pea.
You don't have to go fishing, Daddy, if you ask Daddy nicely or whatever.
The way he talks is just the best.
It's
the best. It's so fucking funny. He's the best character in the movie for me.
Yes.
So yeah, you've kind of got an iconic character in every one of these movies. Ricky being kind of the iconic one for the first one. Who would be the second one? I guess
Angela, I feel like, is. I mean, you know, she's.
Pamela's great. Yeah.
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 She's so hardcore with everything.
Yes.
And it makes 0 sense. So
she's shitter kill.
The shitter kill. The shitter kill was awful. It was gross. I was gagging.
She was gagging. She
I had to turn
look at
away. Yeah, it was just because it's like the sounds too of her like gargling it.
I got hungry. I wanted to go get
gross.
I wanted to go eat a poo-poo platter.
Poo-poo platter.
Give me some of that poo-poo. Yeah.
It was so gross. But like, so she sends home the campers, and we talked about how like it doesn't make any sense.
No.
So she sends home the girl in the beginning who's telling the story about Angela.
Because she was seducing the boys.
And the head camper guy is like, all right.
He's like, oh, good. Good decision. I would have too.
And then the next people are literally fornicating.
Yeah, fucking straight out and doing drugs.
Yeah, and drinking and doing drugs. Yeah. And he's like, you should have.
And he's like, oh my God, you sent them home for that? Makes it none sense at all.
But, yeah, and I mean, she kills everyone.
The best kill in 2 or 3 for me is the flagpole kill.
Yeah, the flagpole kill was brutal.
It's just so, I don't know, there's something about it. The way it looks, the way the angle of the shot is, she comes down on her face. But this girl was just asking for it.
Yes.
Super racist.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So
the worst.
Yes, awful person. There's something, I don't know. 2 over 3, I don't know. I like them both. Probably equally. They're both out of control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of good kills in both. Obviously, the franchise takes a much different direction, but it's a fuckload better than Return to Sleepaway Camp, which I showed her 5 minutes of just to prove a point.
Yeah.
That this Alan.
What is this shit?
Yeah, Alan maybe.
Alan was his name.
Is this Alan?
Yeah, it's Alan.
Worst character ever on screen ever. It's so bad. Your ass stinks.
So obnoxious.
And his shirt.
His
shirt is the most
like,
disgusting thing that we saw in
stained.
any fucking film.
It was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. Yeah, we turned it off. Like, not even 10
5 fucking minutes in. It's such a dreadful film. It really is awful in every imaginable way. Mm-hmm. But I think we had a pretty successful week. We watched 12 slasher films in about 5 days, 5-6 days.
Yeah. So we were averaging like.
And we could have watched the 13th if we didn't do this.
Well, the night
That's okay
is
though.
young.
The night is young.
We can still watch another one.
It's only 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. What are we gonna watch? Maniac remake. That could be good. So we'll figure that out. But thank you guys so much. Sarcastic prick. Yeah. So. No. Go away. You're supposed to be dead. Bye.